let's take a look at how to make a graph with Google Drive. Now, to make graphs we need a spreadsheet. So if I go to Create and Spreadsheet, up comes the spreadsheet aspect of Google. I can click here and give my spreadsheet a name, which I've done there, and I can put in some figures. If I need another sheet or tab to my spreadsheet, I just click plus, and then I can rename those should I wish to, like so. So this is what I need to make a graph. I've got a ready-made spreadsheet here with some data, because obviously to make a graph we actually need some numbers inside our database. So I've got a thing here on eggs, Mr. McGregor's hens. I've got some temperatures, and I've got some sales figures in percentages. So to make a graph, what we need to do is select the data that we want to turn into a chart, and let's have a look. I don't think my browser's just wide enough. It isn't quite. So here, if your browser's wide enough, you'll see this across there. We go to Insert Chart. Then we choose the best type of chart. So Google will try and have a guess first time, and actually for this type of data, because it's percentages or a proportion of a whole, then actually a pie chart is exactly what I want. It's done a pretty good job straight away. So anything I want to do there, just got variations on a theme. I'm happy with what I've got, and let's go to customize. Obviously my chart needs a title, so a chart to show the percentage of sales in the canteen. It said it's not written a word of that. Let's try again. A chart to show the percentage of sales in the canteen at lunchtime. There we are. So press return and it's changed there. I don't quite like where my key is. I need a key so we know what each of these segments are. I don't quite like it being there, so I'm just going to change where the legend is. That's the other name for a key, is legend. I'm going to stick that down at the bottom. Anything else that I can do to change? I can change my font or the background colour for the graph, like so. Features, change it to 3D if I wanted to. And then if I don't like the colours, then I can choose one of the series. So let's say hot meal, I don't want it to be red. Let's say I want it to be purple, and there we go. I can change the colours like so, and click insert, and there's my chart. So I can move that around. Wanted to, I can click and scale it, get it to the size, but we can see there I can't see the whole key, so let's just move that over, and let's click off when we're done, and there's my chart. There's a pie chart. Let's go to this one. This is eggs. This is something physical, countable. It's in categories. So this type of graph I'd use for this would be a bar chart or a column chart. So again, I highlight the data, I go to my charting tool. Again, it's done a pretty good job, except the axes here saying number of eggs isn't what I really want. I probably want the names of the hens rather than them being off at the side. So I'm going to switch rows and columns. So I get Becky, Susie, Henrietta, Lucy, Stacy, and Fanny. So that's that. Again, I've got further options. I don't need to play with those. I'm going to go to customize. Again, I can give it a chart title, a graph to show number of eggs laid by Mr. McGregor's hens. And again, legend. Do I need a key? Well, there's only one set of data, so actually I don't need a key at all for this one. Now, we don't start at 1, we start at 0, and the maximum is 8, so I don't really need it to go to 9. So I'm just going to scroll down. It is my horizontal axes. I've got a minimum of 0, and let's put a maximum of 8, and let's give it a title. So let's put number of eggs. So I've got a horizontal axis title, and let's change that to the vertical, and let's call that name of hen. And again, if I wanted to change the colour, then I could make my bars red, and we can change it like so. So there's that one, so let's insert that, and again I can move it and resize it, and there's my little chart for the number of eggs. And the last one I'm going to do is a line graph. Now this is for when data is non-physical, it's variable, it tends to change over a fixed scale, a fixed period of time. So I'm going to go to a line for temperature, things, speed, light intensity, all those are variable, non-physical things. You can't touch them, you can't count them. So we'd use a line graph. So let's insert a chart, and it's done the wrong thing today. So we want a line, and you can see we've got a peculiar set of data. That's because once again I just need to switch rows and columns, and I get a nice line like so. I'm going to go to customize, give it a chart title. Again, I probably don't need a legend because it's just the one. Probably do need to label my axes. So horizontal is month, and vertical is temperature in shift 8 degrees C. Again, always include the units. So the minimum temperature is 0, maximum is 20. That's fine, it's worked it out itself. And because it's temperature, the other thing I probably need to do is just set the colour to red. That looks more like temperatures. It is just the chart title I need. So this was to show average monthly temperature in Sheffield in 2013. And there we have a graph. So let's just insert that, and wasn't happy with these, so I'm just going to drag that out so that we get a clearer difference between the different months. And there's my chart as a line chart.